Morning. Hey, I'm kind of in a hurry because it's supposed to rain, and so I want to get this done. But I want to give you a message, and part of it's related to hurry. Hurry. Are you feeling in a rush? We're day 4. It's Thursday morning, and I'm feeling in a rush because I don't want to get caught in the rain with my camera. But I want to know if you're feeling like you're in a rush. And on that note, I would like to propose that we extend the 7 days to 10. And I had thought about this in the beginning. I thought about calling it a 10-day challenge, 7-day challenge. The appeal of the 7 was the 1 week. It's just a week. Although the reality of 10 is that, it's really a week. It's like a week plus a weekend, right? And that's actually the way I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it as like the core week, like a Sunday to Saturday, but then a day or two on each end. So let's call it that. Let's call it 10 days. We were supposed to sort of end on Sunday, the 8th, Monday, whatever that is. Let's call it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Let's go to next Wednesday. Okay, so it's the 10th. So I'll probably spread out a little things on Teachable, but I want to give you a little breathing room. You ever have that? Like I remember this mostly as a kid. You got to wake up early in the morning. You got to do something. Or my kids now, their classes, they outfallen, it's called. They get canceled or something. So often, you're like, you get that extra hour, in bed. So I'm hoping that's what this feels like for you. If you think like, no, I want to get it done in 7 days, awesome, we'll do that too. But I want to give us those few other days, give us a little breathing room like that morning, that extra morning wake up thing when you have the extra time. Okay. Look at this. I even have notes. That's how organized I am this morning. Nicolene. All right. Hurry. We're going to 10 days. Got that. Started. Almost all of you have started. I mean, we've got 15 minutes of writing. We've got a title. We have begun. And this is crucial. It's probably the hardest part of the entire, I'm going to call it 10 days now, of the entire challenge is starting, that beginning. And once you do that, it's like as Nicolene has talked about, the damn doors are open. Damn doors, open those damn doors. The damn DAM doors are open and the floodgates are whooshing through. So that opening salvo, that beginning, whatever it may be, that you sat down and focused for 15 minutes, maybe you did it yesterday, maybe you got a title, maybe you got a cover, depending on how you work, right? Remember, this is not like so linear and chronological. First cover, then title. It's whatever works for you. But there are lots of elements. So wherever you began and wherever you're started. And now, it's like sledding downhill. Okay? Awesome. On the note of starting, finishing. Got 2 comments about this. One is, this is not called that book I kind of worked on and never finished challenge. This is not called the book I started in March of 2021 that I'm still working on, but it's really good or bad, I swear. No. Example. Together with my boys, this is one of the first books I wrote, The Secret of Kite Hill. We wrote it in March of 2014. Oh, look at that. 7 years ago. And the boys were, what were they, 8 and 10? And we wrote that book at that period in time, when they were 8 and 10. 1 year later, 9 and 11, they're completely different human beings almost, right? And maybe we are a little less different from year to year, but this is the book that you finished in March of 2021. You get it? This is that time period. That's what I was thinking. That's the story or the book or the message or the voice or the whatever it is in that time period, and it's done. Okay, so I want to be done next Wednesday. And on that note, another note, length of book. Now, you'll notice I don't talk a lot about the actual contents of the book. Part of this, I'm letting you free in there. I do have a lesson on sort of chapter structure, but this is kind of weird. And I hope this will like rise up and will come to you at some point. But the actual content of the book is just one element of this entire process. And uh, I want to make the contents short. This book, I know I keep calling it a book, and I'm not going to not call it a book, but we could almost call it an article, a post, an essay. So I kind of envision 3 little chapters. This entire book might be 10, maybe 20 pages. Remember, ebook, you don't see how thick or thin it is, right? It's an ebook. You get a pretty cover, pretty cover. Um, so we've started, we're going to finish because it's kind of like the exam where, okay, pencils up, turn in your work. That's what I kind of want to do next Wednesday. We're done. And if it's not perfect, well, the perfectionist in the room saying, yay! Okay, we started, we're going to finish. This is the book that we finished in March of 2021. Okay, awesome. What else we got? Look, I have a list. I'm so organized this morning. Okay, good books, best books, worst books. I've seen a few covers coming over the airwaves the past few days that look really good. Now, in a regular world, I might say great, but I'm a little concerned that if you're going to be writing good books or best books, we fall into the traps that this challenge is exactly geared for. Getting over those challenges, getting through those blockages. So if if you really want to write a good book, it's okay. But I still want to go back to the last point about getting it done. And the challenge with a good book is that you're going to say, I mean, maybe, oh, it's not quite good enough yet. Oh, I'm not quite done yet. Whereas remember, like the definition of the worst book, like it's terrible to begin with. Who cares if it's really done or not? It's done. Right now, you wouldn't say that with your best book. Your best book, you're going to say, I need to work another 7 years on this thing. I need 3 more editors and, a book designer. So, no, this is the book we're going to get done. If you can get your good book done, your best book done, I don't even want to say best, your good, but your like real book, your not joke book done, okay. But if you're struggling towards the last few days, you're thinking like, I'm almost done, I'm stressing out, it's so good, it has to be better, it has to be perfect. The perfectionists in the room are going to like poke you with forks, virtually, I suppose. So, good books, worst books. Remember, the goal of this is worst book. It is a thoroughly thought out strategy to get our worst books done because it's easier and we're going to get them done. Good? My list. Got that. Got that. Got that. Got that. Okay, day 4. This might seem crazy. Well, everything I do is kind of crazy. I would like to offer you 15 minutes together with me on Zoom, recorded, in a combination sort of coaching call, status call, testimonial call of how you're doing. So you don't need to study. It's just like, hey, how's it going? And we're going to talk about it. What are you struggling with? What's going well? What's going less well, right? And I want to use this for you to give you 15 minutes of my time. I charge 200 euros an hour for book coaching. You're going to get 15 minutes of me, all right? Let's use it. Let's get it. Let's talk about your book, your struggles, your successes, how we can progress, how we can get this thing done by next Wednesday, right? But I also want to take, with your approval, of course, I'd like to take, if there are snippets in there that are good testimonials for the course, but also to help me with, oh, she learned that. Or, oh, wow, that was a real challenge. I'm like, oh, that didn't work at all. So I want to hear those things. So it's an open conversation between the two of us on Zoom. I'll give you the link. It's calendar.repossible.com. Book a time with me. It's currently Thursday, Friday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like in the next 5 days. Book it only go in half-hour slots. Let's book a half-hour slot. I'm going to set a timer, 15 minutes, right? We've got 15 minutes together on Zoom. Book coaching call, status call. How you doing? What's going on? What's going on? Okay? It's early. It's not raining yet. You feeling rushed? I'm not feeling rushed. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I think I'm good. Look, I wrote a list. I'm so proud of myself. This is so organized for me. I think we're good. It's Thursday morning. The birds are a chirping. It's spring, or kinda. It's thinking about it, thinking about poking through. We're just getting started. We're also just finishing up. Weird, right? I mean, that's what we get with a short challenge. Remember, that's why we're also talking about a short book. I'm loving the covers. I'm loving I mean, you see there's some tough stuff in there, right? The 5-word hooks, they're brutal. The 1-star reviews, they're like psychological torture. But after you do them, it's like a workout. After you work out, like, ah, I feel good. I'm glad I did that. All right. It's Thursday. I hope to see some of you at 4 p.m. Amsterdam time today. A little early. I'm switching up the times, trying to get the time zones in there. We've got like 6 time zones. And I hope to see you today at 4 p.m. Amsterdam time. Otherwise, Saturday, Monday, I think I'm going to add one more call then at the end, make this Wednesday, make like a follow up to the follow up call. Okay. All right. Hey, I'm so happy you're in there. I'm so proud of you that you're in there. We're doing awesome. And I don't know about you. Well, I do know about you because I'm seeing it in the comments, but I'm loving this. I'm having fun. Hope you are too. If you're not having fun, we're going to poke you with a fork. Where do I get the poke with the fork thing today? I got to stop, clearly. I mean, I'm going off the rails. Thanks for being here. Talk to you later. 2 little things I forgot. One, have you been less on Facebook this week? I have. It's pretty cool. I've been in our group like a madman, but I've been less in Facebook, and I just noticed. I was going to look at Facebook. I'm like, wow, I haven't been here. For me, like that's a win. That's a positive. Another thing I wanted to mention was competition. And the only competition we have in our group is there's competition of small dog and giant dog. Hi, doggy. Hi. Um, the only competition we have in our group. I think my camera's falling down. I had giant dog smash into tree branch where my camera is. Competition. We don't have competition in our group. We have only cooperation and collaboration. The only competition we have is with yourself and your previous book, your previous work. And for most of you, that's going to be an easy win because you don't have a previous book. So by definition, this book is better. That's also one of the deep goals of writing our worst book ever so that it's bad, so our next one is better. So I'm saying this because there's been some awesome covers and some great titles and reviews and everything. And if you're thinking, I can't make such a beautiful cover. I mean, I think that. I can't make, how'd they do that? Are you using Canva? What are you doing? How'd you make that so awesome? The only competition is with yourself and your previous cover, which probably doesn't exist. So it's an easy win. All right? Cooperation, collaboration. On that note, I've got some stuff coming up with go find somebody else's book to review with like the worst review ever. Except this one is going to be kind of fun. Do a 5-star. Do a 5-star for somebody else's book, right? And if you can play like twist with their twist, right? Like the perfectionists, twist on their twist, right? So the book is opposite of the perfectionism, like Chaos, or Nicoline's book, or Barbara's book, or Sarah. Um, how can you twist that around? This book was so imperfect, it was perfect, something like that. Okay, so maybe go find somebody else to leave a review for. Just leave a review. I have a what's it called? Tag collection. It's called reviews. So yes, there's our own reviews, but go review somebody else's book, and then you'll see in the Asana tasks there's write the foreword for somebody else's book. Usually this is quite an endeavor and quite an ask. In the worst book ever world, could be a sentence. Blah, 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 blah. A couple sentences about you introducing that person's book. So if you've got a feel for someone else's book, think about writing the foreword. And remember, the foreword in our world, in our little 10-day world here, is mini. Maybe it's a paragraph. It's an introduction. It's someone else's third perspective introduction into the other person's book. Okay? All right. No competition, less Facebook. That's that. Week's going all right, huh? See you around. See you today.